when communication with your twin flame suddenly stops, and it can do in a great many situations. It can trigger wounds of abandonment, rejection, and panic, and people are desperate to decode the silence and find out what happens next. So, what are you reading into their silence? Are you making it into something about you or your connection? Because nothing has any meaning except what you give to it. Are you dreaming up loads of stories about it, about how this proves that your twin flame doesn't care, that union can't happen, that it's all hopeless? Well, you can park that straight away, because it doesn't mean anything of the sort. All it means is that you are probably focusing too much on your twin flame as the source of your good, and when you do that, they get removed from the situation, so you can refocus and realign on the true source of your good, which is always going to be the divine. And that will make you focus less on your person and focus more on yourself and your own well-being, because it's not your twin flame that makes you feel good. You make you feel good. Love itself makes you feel good. The divine makes you feel good. Nobody and nothing else can be the source of your good. So have a look at what emotion this silence is bringing up in you, because that's showing you where the work of the day is. If it is making you feel unwanted or unloved or anything like that, then those are places within you that are crying out for your own self-love. Your twin flame can't do this for you. They can't love you in all the places that are needing your own love first. By triggering these places, and some of these places can be quite painful, you know that these places are there, and you know what to do. You know that you need to show up for yourself in these painful places, these places that are feeling abandoned, and you ask that part of yourself what it needs to feel loved right now, and then you give yourself that love. And as you do, you dissolve the bad feeling, even if it's just a little bit at first, and you come into a place of peace and relief and unconditional love for yourself, for your person, for the divine. And from there, you can take your next steps into union. This process will heal your entire union and bring you together every time. So get really clear on what emotion this silence is bringing up within you. Can you make a new choice to love yourself in that place? Are you taking your twin flame's words literally? Because half the time they don't mean what they say. They're just doing whatever they need to do in order to get you to move forward into the next step. Your twin flame wants you to love yourself. So do that. When you've loved yourself all the way through there, your situation has to change, because the outer situation is always manifested as a result of your inner situation. And if your inner isn't peaceful or feels bad, then it's going to manifest something bad on the outside. But if you come to a place of true peace and unconditional love on the inside, then that's what has to manifest on the outside for you as well, in the form of your union. This is a great invitation to deepen your relationship with yourself and the divine. So use this time to do that. Your twin flame relationship is always going to mirror your relationship with yourself and the divine. And if your union's not in a very good state, work on your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God. That will shift everything for you. Are you associating the silence with rejection, abandonment, or maybe punishment from your past? Perhaps it's bringing up a really bad feeling that's there, or a misbelief about not being able to have your good that's there because of a accumulation of negative experiences that you've had. Just because you've experienced unpleasant things, it doesn't mean that they're true. It doesn't mean that they're your destiny. You're more powerful than that. If this is pointing to feelings of hopelessness and feelings of powerlessness that maybe you've carried for a very long time, then this is your opportunity to heal them, to release any misbeliefs in not being able to have your good, to claim all your good from the divine, bearing in mind that your twin flame is a pretty big piece of your good, and see how that's going to shift all of your life. Are you craving communication and emotional reassurance that you've not yet given to yourself? Because your twin flame can't give it to you, not properly, until you have given it to yourself. They're not going to feel any place in you that's feeling like it's lacking. You have to fill that void yourself with self-love, loving presence, compassion, whatever you're needing there. And then your twin flame can come in and meet you there. So can you find peace even if there's no reply, message or sign there? Because if you're depending on that to make you feel good or make you feel valuable or validated or anything like that, then that's a guarantee way of knowing that you're not going to get that from your twin flame. You have to do it for yourself. You have to connect with all the parts of yourself that maybe you've ignored, that maybe you've silenced, maybe you've not listened to, maybe you stuffed down, and acknowledge and validate each part of yourself. That's the way forward. And this experience will bring to the surface any core wound or unmet need that you might be having. So take this as an opportunity to find out really what that core wound is for you. It might be an abandonment wound. It might be a belief in not being able to have real love. It might be a belief in ego being more powerful than love, or fear being more powerful than love, which of course they're not. You've got to get really clear on what these core blocks are, and it's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to be nothing that you don't already know about. It will be the same feelings, the same sort of stuff that's been present for your whole journey. So it's not going to be a surprise. You'll already know what your blocks are. This is an opportunity to get really clear on them. So get to work on it right now. You can use the mirror exercise to bring love to the hurt part of yourself, because it enables you to pinpoint and identify the hurt places, the core wounds, and it gives you the power to, instead of sitting in your upsets or being overwhelmed by your upsets or being incapacitated by your upsets, you can show up for yourself in this place and give yourself what you're needing. Give yourself whatever it is that you're lacking, so you're no longer lacking, and it brings you from an energy of lack into an energy of abundance. And it's that energy of abundance that's going to attract your union, it's going to attract all your good, it's going to attract everything that you desire. And you're empowering yourself to do this, to attract what you really want with the mirror exercise. So you want to be doing it as a daily practice. It can take quite a lot of discipline to sit with your feelings for as long as you need to, until they dissolve and turn to peace. So you've got to feel your feelings. Remember, you're not feeling your feelings so you can stew in them or feel bad. You don't have to suppress your feelings to be strong. It's far, far stronger to actually face up to them and be with yourself in these places, and not run away from yourself and not run away from your feelings and not stuff them down, but actually move through them. So once they're moved through, you can release them and you don't have to experience these bad feelings anymore. And without these bad feelings and lower energies in your vibration, you'll attract more and more of what you do want. What would you say to your twin flame if you knew that they could feel your heart right now? Would you approach them from a place of unconditional love? Would you communicate from a place of peace for them? Or would you communicate from a place of upset? Would you want to communicate how bad they've made you feel? Would you want to communicate how nasty they are to have put you in such a bad place? Because if that's the case, then there's healing to be done there. Don't get down on yourself about it. Just apply the mirror exercise to these places. Do your healing here so you can approach your twin flame from a place of love, from a place of groundedness, where you can really connect in the way that you're desiring to when maybe you might not have been able to before. This is cleaning it all up so you can have the relationship you want. So this space is really a blessing because it's creating room for your own growth and healing. So use this time wisely to focus on you, focus on your healing. It's going to raise your vibration so union can come into your reality and you'll be able to meet your twin flame there in the higher vibration, in the vibration of union, which is what you're desiring. And this distance, or apparent distance, because it's not going to be real distance in divine truth, it is divine protection for you while something greater aligns. If you come into union too early, you wouldn't be able to keep it because you wouldn't have the mastery to stay there. Maybe you wish you could have come together before, but it hasn't happened yet. There's a reason for it, and that reason will become very clear and apparent to you in due course, and then you'll realize exactly why it had to take as long as it did, and why exactly it had to happen in the way that it did, and why it needed all the twists and turns and the ups and downs, and it'll all make perfect sense, and you'll be completely grateful for every nuance of the journey and how it turned out for you, because it's going to be perfect for you and your union. Are you still choosing union in your heart, even when it looks like nothing's happening? Because you do need an awful lot of faith on this journey. You need stupendous amounts of faith. You've got to keep choosing union even when the going gets hard. This is not the sort of thing that you give up on as soon as it starts to get a little bit difficult. Just move through the feelings that arise about your situation with the mirror exercise, and that's all you've got to do. That on its own is enough to heal your union and bring you together. And then you'll stay together, because the stuff you do to stay in union is the same as the stuff you do to get into union. And if you'd like a little bit more information about this topic, check out these videos here.